Oh, it's a nice bright sun. I'll try that again. It's a nice, bright and sunny day in southern Ontario. I'm heading down to the Niagara region. I'm just around the Niagara Falls area, off to do some more work. But got to see some pretty cool stuff, and I really should have took a video of this. I always take the back roads, right? I don't go on the highways. And I drove by some marine land buildings, like more administrative stuff, and I saw the marine land marketing. They had a bunch of property in each separate buildings, and the marine land marketing building was just, empty, dead. And for those who aren't from local and don't know the story, marine land was a big, popular marine attraction. Go down there, see whales, not whales, but the name of the whales that I can't figure out right now, the black and white ones, the small ones, the killer whales, I figure the right names. Anyways, they had all kinds of that kind of stuff, right? But as time goes on and people lost interest in it, and then the abuse and the
in 1 kilometer, turn left onto Bowen Road.
Sorry, forgot to put that on mute. Anyways, so as time went on and the interest waned and people realized that animals were just kind of being abused, so it just kind of closed down and it just never recovered. But it was funny to see the old building kind of disrepair, parking lot needed good, sweeping, no cars there obviously at all, but it's just a sign of the times. But here we are, and if I hadn't gone to the back roads, I would never seen something like that. So kind of cool. Seen some pretty neat stuff. Sorry I didn't get any pictures or video because, well, driving and not have time. I kind of got to get to where I need to go right now anyway. So, but it's not along the area that I would be on the way back. So I'm going back a different way. I had to make a small detour. So maybe next time. We're all done with the work. Still took 3 hours, but it was something new tech that I've been playing with. Well, new type of technology, not new technology. PA systems. It was interesting to learn and figure out what the problem was, and got solved, fixed it. Noted some ongoing issues that should be addressed, so that's between them and the company. I got the main stuff done. Now just heading back home. I want to find a spot to sit for a little bit and chill and eat a little and then continue on my way, but let's see if we can find a spot to hang out. Try to find a place to park near rivers. So there's a bridge and a river. I'm not sure if I can find a good parking spot here. That's safe enough for anyone driving by too. Might not be able to do anything again. My car fits here. I think I will go here. Close enough for now, and enjoy some nature. Even though it seems to be a somewhat semi-busy road. Alright, well, place to park. It's on a bit of an angle. Go this way. And I was trying to keep these doors closed. It's a little cool outside, but there was really no way to close the front and the rear door from the back. The doors are too heavy and too awkward, and best strength grip I got was the door lock itself on the front door while trying to close this door, while trying to sit in the seat, but you have to kind of be a little forward. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to stay right here. Leave the front door open, leave the back door closed for now. And I'm going to get out of my work shoes because, well, they're nice safety, but they're not the most comfortable thing in for a long time. And that's why I was smart enough to bring my running shoes, because those are much more comfortable. Oh, just even get out of them is kind of nice. They're good tight fit, so they never slip or anything like that. But yeah, they have their use, and after that, not wearing them anymore. Now, I actually got a new set too, and they're more safety hiking boots. So those ones should be better, more comfortable, especially given the winter weather coming, and some of the more outdoor stuff I want to do. Not that I really enjoy cold. Despite being Canadian, despite playing the stereotypical hockey when you're younger, it's still not, I mean, you just can't really be casual outside because you're just always fighting the cold. Well, funny though, maybe logically between hot weather and the cold weather is something more manageable, presuming all the same resources that you have. Because in the hot weather, if you don't have AC, and the cold weather if you don't have heat, in the hot weather, there's only so much clothing you can take off, and that's it. In the cold weather, you can still put on more and more layers to keep the heat in. There's nothing you could wear to keep heat out. I mean, you can do some reflectivity, but your body's still going to overheat. So there's that dilemma. But still, the only time I really enjoyed wintertime in Canada is with when I had an all-wheel drive vehicle, because that's always fun. You never have to worry about getting stuck or anything like that. So those are some of the nice benefits I had with my my Volvos, my XC90s, an 07 and a 2016 with the Polestar tune on it. I'll tell you, Polestar tune on a Volvo XC90, there weren't too many cars I was concerned about, except for the pure street line racers. I mean, your Mustangs, your Camaros, those guys are just pure, you know, straight and not much else. But when you've got an SUV, and that's pushing 325 horsepower, I haven't found a Hemi Ram that was able to keep up with it. I'm going to tell people, I was only a 2-liter motor, and it is. They're just blown away. That T6 motor was the pinnacle of the common man's engine. And when it had a supercharger for the low-end grunt, and the turbocharger took over after about 4,000 RPM, to keep that power going, it was kind of a little scary how fast that big thing was for the motor that it had. It was fun. Certainly enjoyable. It's expensive. Repairs are expensive. But that's what you're paying for. Paying for a nice big vehicle. Although I found out that, and this may be generally true for most luxury things, luxury vehicles, using something on a regular basis will break down. Like the power trunk on that thing, after a couple of months I was using it, I had to make some income at some point, so I was doing some deliveries, and at the back I don't open and close the power trunk, and after a while it just stopped working very well. It only goes so far, and then you have to kind of lift up the rest of the way, and it's like, this doesn't seem to be something that would wear out that quickly, but it did. Well, I'll take a little walk over to the river after it and show you. Just want to eat some food. Had some, I'll grab it. Rockstar Pure Zero. That should taste pretty nice. Pure Zero means no sugar, and uses erythritol. Likely, if it's something you really can't pronounce, it's probably not really good for you, but my understanding of that particular sweetener is a little more safe for you. It is more naturally derived from, but I could be wrong. And then there's the sucralose, which that does kind of suck. So I'm trying to cut back on sugar in general, but sucralose is not as bad as aspartame. Is just stuff I'll just avoid altogether whenever humanly possible. That stuff is just nasty, and I think causes more problems than it solves. I'd rather have the pure sugar than aspartame. I'm not saying the sugar's good for you, but I would say in general it's more natural than aspartame is. Right. And if you're of a burning desire to what I'm eating, ground beef, and barbecue sauce. And that's it. I'm a meatitarian. So get things about as pure as it can be. And it's not lean ground beef. That's another one of those myths. I just noticed people walking down the street on the side. So if I were driving, I would take out 2 people. But they seem to be walking down the street. Or maybe they're going off their driveway now. I don't know if they're pushing carts or hit kids in buggies or something. It just didn't seem to be a wise way to walk down the street. But it looks like they're on the driveway now. But yeah, meatitarian. I think it's rude to eat the food my food eats. And yeah, I eat plant-based food. I'm from meat plant, but it's still plant-based food, right? Or I'm gonna go with I get my plants, my vegetables through the processors. They're called animals. You're allowed to have your own. You're allowed to have your own beliefs. I've done my own research. I've done my own digging into it. I don't like people who claim something when it's really not. I say, yeah, veganism is not cruelty-free. Not by this long shot. Despite what they want to claim, they're just using people's ignorance at that point. You know, farmers have to deal with all kinds of animals, and they have to take care of them. Generally, kill them, because all kinds of animals will use their fields, especially in southern Ontario. Deer eat a lot of corn, and they will ruin a lot of their crop, and that means the farmer doesn't make any money or makes less money. So they will actually allow hunters to go hunting on their land, because if the deer population gets too big, it causes more and more problems, like any other thing. So it's a constant battle of nature. So you can't tell me that, you know, vegetarianism is cruelty-free, because it isn't. They just want to say because you're not killing animals directly, but they miss the point of where they are get done. You want to be vegan? That's fine. Just don't take some sort of high moral ground that doesn't exist. I do like these collapsible bowls, man. They're awesome. Now, I have a treat. This is become my friend and I a pretty famous treat. When it gets you don't see them as often. When it does, you tend to try to grab them. No, not your ordinary Reese's peanut butter cup. Yes, it is the big cup, but that's not the treat. This one, you won't be able to see much. With more potato chips in it. It's got potato chips on the inside. So it's got these crunchy little bits. And they're good. Now, am I going to wonder what they do to the potato chips to keep them from getting soft inside of the peanut butter mix in there? I probably don't want to know. But that's why I'm not saying you should be meatitarian. But I'm clearly not overly healthy. But hey, we all have to have our vices. This has a bit of saltiness of potato chips inside here. So I get my sugar. You know, they don't make this with erythritol, whatever the hell. But it's good. My friend also had mentioned Reese's has done a lot of combos with their stuff. But there's one combo they haven't done, which you would think might make a little more sense. Peanut butter cups. You should see where this is going. What about peanut butter and jam? I think that's something that could be done. And I think they've done marshmallow stuff. They've done a lot of things. You know, they've done the Reese's Pieces. But they haven't done the jam thing. Well, pack up a bit here and maybe take a quick walk over to the river and just enjoy it a little bit.
Alright, let's go for the walk. All the crunchiness of the fall leaves. This guy's a little hopeful. I always thought geology was interesting. Like stones with random bits of other materials on them. Just pretty wild how it just kind of created and cooled down. But neat little bridge and river. I don't know what river this is. I'd have to look it up on a map. But quiet. It's nice and quiet. At the moment anyways. Gotta enjoy that quiet, those quiet moments. Need more of those quiet moments. So enjoy a quiet moment here, everybody. All right, there we go. There's your quiet moment for the day. Let's head back.
So there we have it. Nice little moment on the side of the road, so that you can then continue on with the rest of the day. Now to make some phone calls while I'm driving, all hands free, and get into the rest of it.